Okay, so on the eastern edge of Europe, a new line is being drawn. But we're not talking about ink on a map. We're talking about concrete in steel. Today, we're going to break down Estonia's massive plan to fortify its border and what that really signals for the entire continent. 600. Just let that number sink in. This isn't some dusty number from a history book. It's a number for the future. So, 600 what exactly? Well, the answer is being built right now along a pretty critical fault line. You got it, 600 reinforced concrete bunkers. And again, these are not relics of a past war. They're being built today as a part of a defense strategy that, well, it extends far beyond Estonia's own borders. So this whole thing kicks off with Estonia's own defense plan. And look, it's one of the most significant defensive projects the region has seen in decades. But it's really only the first piece of a much larger puzzle. Yeah, this construction isn't just happening in a vacuum. It's a direct response to a completely changed security landscape. But what's really important here is that it's not just Estonia acting on its own. It's actually the beginning of a big, coordinated regional effort. Right, because this isn't just about protecting Estonia's border. It's about creating a unified front, the Baltic Defense Line. And believe me, Estonia is not alone in this. So what exactly is the Baltic Defense Line? Well, you can think of it as a joint project between three nations to create one single, unified, fortified border. It's like a modern-day rampart, engineered to deal with 21st century threats. And the purpose here? It's unambiguous. It's all about deterring and delaying any potential aggression. The partners, Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania, are moving completely in lockstep, even launching a joint procurement process to get this line built efficiently. And that level of cooperation, well, that's the absolute key to the whole strategy. Now, of course, a defensive line of this scale comes with a pretty major price tag. So let's talk about it. How much does prevention cost these days? The initial price tag is 60 million euros. Now, I know that might seem small compared to something like a new fighter jet, but for a project based on concrete and earthworks, that is a massive investment. It really shows you just how serious this commitment is. And the financial commitment is immediate. Of that 60 million euro total, a full 30 million, half the budget, is already allocated for this year. So this isn't some distant plan for the future. The money is there and the work is happening right now. Okay, so the money is allocated. But what does that actually look like on the ground? How does a plan like this become a physical reality? Well, this is way beyond the blueprint stage. The modular parts for the first wave of bunkers are already there. In fact, 9 are already fully built in Estonia's southeast. And beyond just the structures, you've got crews digging these deep anti-tank ditches and placing those dragon's teeth obstacles. The groundwork is literally being laid as we speak. This first bit of construction is also a really crucial learning phase. Asko Kivenuk from Estonia's Defense Investment Center points out that the experience gained from this first wave is what's allowing them to plan a much larger procurement. It's a very methodical test and scale kind of approach. And the pace here is just rapid. The joint procurement kicked off just this year. By February, the first bunkers were already done. The goal? To have the entire line finished by the end of 2027. I mean, that is an incredibly aggressive schedule, which just goes to show you the urgency behind this whole project. So we have bunkers, we have ditches, and a multi-million euro price tag. But what does it all mean? Let's zoom out a little bit to the geopolitical significance of this concrete line in the sand. And here's the crucial takeaway. The border of Estonia, Latvia, and Lithuania is also the eastern frontier of both the European Union and the NATO alliance. So by fortifying their own territory, these nations are basically reinforcing the edge of a much, much larger security architecture. Which, of course, leaves us with one critical question. In an age of drones, cyber attacks, and hybrid warfare, can a line of concrete and steel truly hold? This project is a multi-million euro bet that a 20th century idea just might be the key to 21st century security for all of Europe.